Hello everyone. Today, we have an inspiring story about a young boy who discovered the power of patience and intelligence. By the end of this story, we will learn how staying calm and thinking wisely can help us overcome challenges. But that's not all. While listening to the story, we will also learn some new words and how to use them in sentences. This will make learning English fun and easy. So stay with us until the end. Ethan was a humble man who lived in a small, run-down cottage on the edge of a dense forest. How humble was he? He had no horse to ride and no livestock to provide him with food. His simple home had holes in the roof, no glass in its windows, and a fence that leaned dangerously to one side. When winter arrived, icy winds blew through the cracks in his walls, chilling him to the bone. "I need wood for a fire," Ethan muttered, rubbing his cold hands together. Grabbing his rusty axe, he set off into the forest. As he wandered deeper into the woods, he came across a massive banyan tree. Unlike the other trees that had shed their leaves for winter, this one was vibrant and green, its branches stretching wide like welcoming arms. "This will make for great firewood," Ethan thought, raising his axe to strike the tree's thick trunk. The moment the blade touched the bark, a deep voice echoed through the forest. "Ouch!" Startled, Ethan dropped his axe and stepped back. "That hurts," said the banyan tree. "If you leave me be, I will grant you whatever you desire." Ethan's mind raced. If this tree had magic, he could ask for anything. "Then make me richer than any peasant in the kingdom. Give me a grand house, land, animals, and servants. Do this, and I will leave you alone." The banyan tree sighed. "Go home, foolish man. It is done." Hurrying back through the forest, Ethan gasped when he saw his cottage had transformed into a grand house made of fine wood with glass windows. In the barn, fat cows and strong horses stood, cared for by a dozen servants. Ethan grinned. Wealth had come so easily. For weeks, he lived in luxury, feasting on fine food, sleeping in a feathered bed, and ordering his servants around. But his happiness was short-lived. One morning, a nobleman arrived at Ethan's estate, accompanied by soldiers with sharp swords. "You must pay your taxes," the nobleman declared, looking at Ethan's fine house and livestock. "The more wealth you have, the more you must contribute to the kingdom. You owe 100 gold coins." Ethan scowled. He had asked for riches, not responsibility. Reluctantly, he handed over the money, but he felt robbed. That night, his frustration boiled over. He would not be bossed around. Ethan stormed into the forest and struck the banyan tree with his axe. "Ow!" "Again," groaned the tree. "What do you want now?" "I'm tired of being a peasant and paying taxes to lords. Make me a nobleman." The banyan tree sighed. "Go home. Your wish is granted." Ethan's estate grew into a magnificent mansion. Golden chandeliers hung from the ceilings, and his wardrobe was filled with luxurious silk garments. Servants in crisp uniforms attended to his every need. Power felt good. Ethan enjoyed giving orders and collecting taxes from the peasants who now worked under him. But soon, another visitor arrived, this time, the king himself. The king was a massive man, his fur-lined cloak draped over broad shoulders. His deep voice shook the walls of Ethan's grand hall. "Lord Ethan, as a noble, you must pay gold to the kingdom and fight in my armies. Those who refuse are thrown into the dungeon for treason." Ethan had no choice. He handed over his gold. Again, he felt trapped. Even as a noble, there was always someone above him, demanding more. Furious, Ethan stormed back to the banyan tree and swung his axe against its trunk. "That hurts." "What do you want now, you greedy fool?" the tree snapped. "I thought being a noble meant freedom, but I still answer to the king. I want to be the most powerful of all, strong, mighty, and free from the rule of any man." The banyan tree whispered, "Very well, it will be so." A strange sensation crept over Ethan. His body grew taller, broader, and covered in thick, golden fur. His hands twisted into enormous paws with sharp claws. His teeth became long and razor-sharp. Ethan roared, but it was not the sound of a man. He had become a tiger. The banyan tree's voice echoed through the forest. You wish to be strong and free from all men. Now, you will answer to no one but the wild. Ethan's human mind faded, replaced by the instincts of a beast. He prowled through the forest, powerful but alone, never to speak or rule again. His greed had cost him everything. This story teaches us that patience and intelligence together create the best results. If you ever feel frustrated, take a deep breath and think before acting. Whether it's studying, learning English, or achieving your dreams, patience will help you succeed. Today, we also learn new words and how to use them in sentences. Remember, learning English is fun when you practice regularly. So keep listening, learning, and growing. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.